after 5 minutes, let me see if there are any questions before we break, and then we can come back and do an example to see how exploratory factor. No, Dr. Richa, normality is not dependent on sample size. Normality can be violated even if you have large sample sizes. Okay, it is an artifact of responses. Uh, if you have uh, uh, univariate normality can still pass, but multivariate normality fails even if you have large sample sizes. So this is most commonly seen when we do analysis with Likert kind of data. So yeah, normality violations happen even if you have large sample sizes. Right? And yes, there is a KMO criteria for sample adequacy, Mahesh. But in my, that is a very straightforward test. It just checks whether the sample size is adequate. But my experience has been that it always passes. I have never seen it failing. Okay, so that is, if you want to report, you can report it, but it doesn't really matter. It will usually pass if you have sample sizes of more than 100, 150. So that is not a very strong criteria for deciding on sample size. Yeah. But yeah, you can report it. Yeah. Uh, So, Gyan, just simply understand orthogonal rotation means that the extracted factors will be uncorrelated. Okay. So if you have leadership dimensions that we will do the example, empowering leadership, task orientation, and leading by example. Varimax rotation will assume that these three sub-dimensions will be uncorrelated. But if you come to think about it, it is absurd to say that one dimension will be not correlated with other. Right? They are actually dimensions of the same underlying same construct, leadership. So if somebody is high on leading by example, it is very likely they would be also high on other dimensions. And therefore, it is better to start with oblique rotation and then check whether the factors are correlated or not. And if they are not correlated, the correlations reported are very small, then go ahead and do Varimax rotation and report your scales, right? So the angles can be very different, okay? And it can differ from situation to situation. The tool does it automatically. What we will look at is what is the correlation reported between the extracted factors. Is it very small so that we should try Varimax, or just leave it at that and report the results? In case of studies which are translated from English to local languages, no, if you are not changing the underlying meaning, you will not do an EFA. You will only do a CFA, because the underlying meaning and the underlying structure of the construct, the number of items, they are not getting changed, so you will not do a EFA. Dharmesh, if you have dropped 3 items from 2 construct, you should, I don't know how many items were there, but if that is not a very significant drop, I would suggest that you can just do a CFA and report your results. So eigenvalues are reported based on the correlations of the items with the extracted factor. Okay, so the correlation matrix is, so you will only report one, maybe you work with the lower triangle of the correlation matrix, right? So you don't have to, it is a symmetric matrix, of course, okay? And therefore you just have to eigenvalues will depend on the kind of loadings that are getting extracted. Okay, so it is going to be an artifact on whether the items are loading onto your latent factor or not. Okay, Abhishek, you can report KMO and Bartlett test, but honestly, uh, they are not essential condition. I have seen a lot of papers. I have written my own papers where I have not even reported these test results. Okay, but yeah, if you are getting those results, and as I said, most of the times, 99% of the times, these tests pass. Okay, so you can report them, but they don't carry much really uh, weightage in my mind. You can report those, but if you are doing factor analysis, I think these are the four decisions that you will have to think about more seriously uh, in your analysis. Asha, as I mentioned, you should do oblique rotation. Then, if you are interested and you see that the correlations between extracted factors are small, then it is your choice. You can stop there itself, and if you are getting good results with oblique rotation, why is there a need to do orthogonal? You don't need to do. But if you want to see, because your factor correlations are small, okay, you want to check what is the what are the loadings I'm getting with orthogonal rotation. You can go ahead and do orthogonal rotation and see if you are getting better results. But oblique rotation is good enough if you are getting decent results and you are getting results as you had expected. So there is no need to do any orthogonal rotation. You can just leave it at oblique. If you are using, see Rachna, if you are using established scales, then you don't need to do EFA. You can simply just do CFA. Okay, you know what is the uh, uh, you should know that there is a factor structure, and then I load my items accordingly and work.
There is a factor structure, but it is not a scale or instrument as such. It's a model which says different dimension and what are the behavior indicators in that. So I wish to test the model, but there is no scale for it.
So you are developing your instrument in that case.
We can say that, but sir, in the existing model, a model has been developed where different dimensions are there, different behavioral indicators are there for different dimensions. So that has been developed already. I'm trying to test the model, sir.
But is there an instrument to capture, to measure those dimensions though in the model?
No, but they have specified behavior indicators. So using Likert scale and the
So
existing behavior
then
indicators.
that is a scale, right? Behavioral indicator. That is a measure.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay.
then you just do CFA.
Okay, sir. Oh, thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
Then you just do CFA. The significant, yes, Javed, there is significant difference between PCA and PAF. You should report PAF results. However, let me also tell you that not many people understand the difference between PCA and PAF. So even if you report PCA results, I don't think there will be many problems because people may not even know that there is a method called as PAF. Okay, but idealistically speaking, if you are developing a scale, a fact, you are developing a measure, you should always report PAF results and not PCA results.